Hi everyone, Greeno here and welcome to another video here on Greeno Eats. Now as you can see I'm sat in the countryside at the moment. I'm back down in Dorset again and I've come to a little place called East Creech, which is really the back of beyond, kind of in between Wareham and Swanage, not far from the Blue Pool, if any of you guys know where that is. And why am I here? I've come to a place called the Cake House for lunch, and this is going to be continuing my quest to find the perfect ploughmans around Dorset. I went to the Shipping in Wool recently, paid a fairly hefty price for a fairly average ploughman's. Now here, the ploughman's is cheaper. £9 is all that costs, and apparently it's going to come with cheddar, brie and ham, and hopefully some proper bread, not a part-baked baguette. Anyway, I'm here with my old man and his other half. They're a bit camera shy, don't want to come on camera at all, but we'll show you what they've ordered. They're a bit boring, they've both ordered the same thing. So we'll have a little look at that when it comes out too, just so you can get an idea of the place. Right, so I'll overlay some shots of the menu here while I talk about it. So like I say, I'm going for a ploughman's. Dad and his other half have gone for a cheese and beans jacket potato. Now I've had that here before actually. Eagle-eyed viewers might know I have actually made a video at this place before. I came down here with Mrs. Greeno and the kids a little while back, and I had the jacket potato with cheese and beans, so I know it's good portion. But I've not had the ploughman's, so this is going to be an interesting experiment to see how it compares to the one I had last time. Hopefully better and better value. So what can I tell you about this place? Well, it's called the Cake House, not just because they serve cakes. We will be trying some cake later on, but apparently the building that is used for the kitchens here used to be a cake house. And what that means is basically they used to store cow pats in there to use as fertiliser or fuel or whatever, the place where they dry them out and keep them for later on use. Hopefully they've given it a bit of a clean since those days. So we got our food. This is the jacket potato with beans and cheese, and what a healthy portion that looks. Really big jacket spud. Best part of a tin of beans in there, I reckon, and loads of cheese. Some coleslaw on the side and a really nice looking salad there. With peppers, onions, little tomatoes, lots of mixed leaves and a nice dressing. Okay, and here's the ploughman's, folks. Now have a look at this. So we got some of that salad, the same as on the jacket spud. Nice mixture of stuff in there. Some little cherry tomatoes. Look at the amount of cheese we got here. We got some brie, a nice looking slice of ham, and a great lump of cheddar there. We've got a whole apple. In amongst there is a pickled onion and some nice kind of farmhouse chutney. And a little bit of bread here. We got some white bread and some sort of granary malted bread as well. All of that, just £9. Just on looks alone, comparing that to the one at the Shipping I had recently, this is a winner. Let's crack on into this ploughman's. It's such a nice day as well. Sat out here in a beautiful little garden on a nice sort of pub table kind of thing, out in the countryside. All you can really hear is a sort of sound of birds tweeting around a little bit, and a few cyclists around. Nice and peaceful. So let's start off with this salad we've got here. It's a really nice kind of mixture in here. So we've got some various peppers, bit of celery, cucumber, and all the mixed leaves, and a really tasty kind of French dressing on there. That is very good actually. I mean, French dressing might not be traditional with a ploughman's, but it certainly is very tasty, and it works very nice on this little salad here. The chutney I'm really interested in. Come in this little pot. Take a look at that if you can. And that is a proper kind of farmhouse chutney. None of your Branston pickle here. Really good stuff. Let's try it by itself. Nice and sweet, a little bit sharp. The little vegetables and sultanas and whatever in there have a little bit of bite. You know what, that's even just tasty by itself. But you've got to put it with the cheese, haven't you? There we go, nice little bit of cheddar there. Take some of this. That's a really good combination. That is an absolute star on this Ploughman's. Really, really tasty. Got little cherry tomatoes here. Nice and ripe. No issue there. And try the ham. We've got just one slice of ham on here. And it looks a good quality ham. Nothing cheap about that. Nice, thick cut. Really good flavour, not too salty. Really tasty. A slightly controversial item on here, of course, is the brie. Does that belong in a Ploughman's? You have to let me know in the comments below. French Ploughman's, maybe. But it's nice. Nice and mild, creamy. Good texture to it. That's very nice. And we've got a whole apple on here. I don't know what kind of apple this is. What kind of apple do you think that is, Father? Cox's or something, or russet, or something along those lines?
Russet.
Okay, I'm not an expert on apples.
Nor am I, but I know a russet.
Okay, but we'll give it a try. Very, very crisp. Not too sweet, but that's good if you want to sort of balance it with the cheese. I'll give that a go. This is the great thing about a Ploughman's lunch. And so many little bits and pieces on there. You can make different flavour combinations as you're going along. And each one of them so far has been absolutely delicious. Let's try a little bit of this bread. So we've got basically just sliced bread here, but not a bad quality one. It's not the cheapy supermarket one so much. You get a little bit of butter on there. And a little bit of this chutney. I can't stop going back to this chutney. Let's give that a try. That's not bad. I'll try the granary one too. Interestingly, we got 3 pats of butter here at the cake house, and I only got 2 at the ship-in. So, again, they're obviously scrimping over there. Not so much here. Again, back to this this chutney again on the bread. The malted bread is very nice. Everything here works together as a combination. One last thing I haven't tried yet. We have a pickled onion here. Now that is more of a proper pickled onion. You could do with being a little bit darker in colour perhaps. Pickled in a darker vinegar. But compared to the silver skin onions I got at the ship-in, you should see the look of horror on my father's face as I mentioned that. It's chalk and cheese. So let's try the pickled onion. Good actually. Nice and sharp. Really crunchy. That's good. Again, we'll marry it up with the pickled onion. See how that tastes. The cheese is good. It's like a mature cheddar, but it's not too mature. but it's mature enough to hold up against that vinegary pickled onion. Do you know what? It might not be the perfect Ploughman's. There are elements that I'd like to see here. A little slice of pork pie, as people mentioned on the previous video, wouldn't go amiss. Possibly a slightly higher quality of bread from an uncut loaf. But for the portion size, the quality of what's here, particularly this chutney, and the price, just £9. What's not to like? This is a bargain. Right, of course the one problem that I've got compared to being at the pub, there's no beer here. So I'm stuck with a Fanta. But you know what? It's quite refreshing on a day like this. Right, well I've got to say that was absolutely delicious. Really filling as well. Although I have had to leave a little bit of space because we're at a place called the Cake House. We're going to have a bit of cake afterwards, aren't we, I reckon. But the cheeses were very nice. The ham was a really nice quality piece of ham too. That pickle, absolute star of the show. A chutney kind of thing. Really, really good. Altogether, a very nice meal. And for £9 only, compared to the £15.75 I paid a couple of weeks ago at the Ship Inn, there's just no competition. You can probably hear the old man choking over there. The idea of paying £15 for a Ploughman's is probably going to be the end of him. But yeah, I'm really impressed with this place. They've both munched away on their jacket potatoes and made very approving noises as they were going along, so they're happy enough. But now it's time for cake. Let's go and have a look. Right, now I was supposed to only go and get 2 bits of cake, but I couldn't decide what to get, so we got 3. So we got here a coffee and walnut cake, Bakewell tart, and this apparently is a hummingbird cake. Sounds tropical. Let's give them a try. Right, we're going to start with this hummingbird cake. And as my father just remarked, how many hummingbirds does it take to make a cake like this? Coffee and walnut one's got coffee and walnuts in. We're going to get a bit of beak or something in here, or what? Who knows? Let's give it a try. It looks a nice moist cake anyway. Spongy cake with layers and a bit of buttercream and stuff inside. Very tropical. Bit of cinnamon in, which isn't great for me, but I'm sure they won't mind. It's not bad. It's a very nicely made cake. Bits of walnut in there. I think it's got pineapple in too. A load of kind of frosting on there as well. Lots of calories. On to the next one. Right, on to the coffee and walnut one now. This is one of my favourite types of cake. So again, nice layers there, you can see, with a coffee flavoured buttercream icing in there. Walnuts everywhere. Really good. By the way, these bits of cake, £3.20 each. For a great wedge of cake like that. This place is an absolute bargain. So let's give this a try. That's more up my street. Really nice, sweet coffee flavour. Big bits of walnut in there. That is a really good cake. Okay, last of the 3 here, we have the Bakewell tart. Now, I'm not a big fan of very sweet things, but there's just something about a Bakewell tart that does it for me. That hard white icing on the top, frangipane in the middle, layer of jam at the bottom, and a nice crispy pastry. Let's see how it is. Look at that. Oh, the icing's fell off the top. I might have to get into this with my hands a little bit. Here we go. In fact, forget the fork. That's yummy. That really is. It's so sweet. I don't think I could eat a whole piece like this. But that real almondy taste you get from the frangipane, nice layer of raspberry jam, that white icing on the top is almost kind of too sweet, but by God, it's good. Well, the cakes have beaten us. Absolutely delicious, but after the big jacket spuds and the ploughmans, it's just a bridge too far. But on the plus side, they've given us a takeaway box to take them home with, so they'll definitely get eaten. Okay folks, I think you can tell we're pretty impressed with this place. We've had 3 main meals, 3 big bits of cake and a couple of bottles of soft drink for 40 quid, which is pretty exceptional in this day and age, particularly for something of that quality with those portions in a location like this. It's absolutely beautiful here. If you're ever in this part of Dorset, I highly recommend you seek out the Cake House. You'll find them online. I'll put a link to their website in the description below the video. It really is worth checking out. They do get busy in the summer. We're here sort of midweek outside of the holiday season, but there's still plenty of people around, cyclists stopping in and people with young kids. In the summer, this place gets pretty busy. They have got a little place where you can see animals as well. You can go out the back of the place and they've got a few different farm animals, some sheep, there's some, what are they, emus or rheas or something like that, the flightless birds out the back there, some goats, that sort of thing. So if you've got kids, it's a good way to sort of entertain them for half an hour, take them around, see the farm animals, absolutely free. So do you know what? Get yourselves down here, try it out. It won't cost you a fortune and you'll have a really good meal. Okay folks, so that's going to be it from me for today. If you've enjoyed today's video looking at the Cake House down here in East Creech in Dorset, don't forget, click a thumbs up on there for me, it does help with the channel. And if you're new around here and you like what you've seen, why not consider clicking the subscribe button, ding your little bell for notifications, and that way you won't miss anything on the channel. Right, I'm going to go home now and hopefully hide these cakes from the kids. Because if I don't, they're going to eat them before I do. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.